everyone, and welcome back to Allthemod 7. In the last episode, we had a bit of a radiation leak. It's our own fault. We made a mistake. We essentially had one of these machines here filled with polonium. I don't know if it was this guy or if it was... I think it was this guy. And we broke him, which meant we released a pretty decent chunk of radiation into the environment. Some of which you can still see. In the bottom right, we've still got a little bit in the system. Now, in case you're wondering how long I've sat here waiting for both the environment to go down, which is this number here, and our just internal radiation to go down, here's a good scale. Our time in a bottle. So I don't know, we're pretty much at like 20 hours in the last episode, I think. There's been 6 hours at least of AFK, right? As far as I'm aware. And it's now at a point where we're not bleeding, right? We're not bleeding. We're able to see. That's another benefit. The fact that if I hold 7 here, it's like not changing the view. The visuals are good. Okay, so we're good. A byproduct of that incident is now we are fully loaded with radiation shielding and a mecha suit, obviously. So the benefit of this is a number of things. Another thing as well is, look, it's fully powered. That thing was charging... I guess it was charging pretty quickly. I was going to use that as more proof of me, of just how long I had to sit here to just wait for this stuff to go, and it's still not gone. Which I guess works in my favor, because I guess you can tell that I didn't just use the command. Regardless though, what now? What are we doing now? Well, if you remember, the entire point of this entire structure was to try to get our hands on some antimatter, because this recipe here, the Withers compass, needed some gravitational modulating units, and these guys need 3 antimatter each. Now, at the moment, what I was going to do is I was going to look through here and be like, okay, how much polonium do we have lying around? Okay, that's a decent amount. Yeah, sure. We're probably done with this machine. We can leave him as he is as a little bit of a backup. This guy over here, okay, yep, he's got some. By the way, for all I know, these guys are like leaking radiation. I'm not sure. I think that's just to let you know not to break them. Ugh, clearly that needs some some mental notage. But this guy's full of polonium, and he's full of nuclear waste, and we have some more in here. But you'll notice not only is this guy off, but he's empty. The reason he's empty is for no reason other than this guy. Empty. Chemical oxidizer. He is empty because he's looking for some sulfur. Sulfur's empty because it's all in ore form. Now, in terms of this ore, and what we're, I guess, gonna do about it, is in order to get sulfur ore, well, we've sort of already done it. A laser drill in any biome with a yellow laser lens. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I guess maybe the height limit might be an issue. The point I was gonna make was, let's go ahead and bookmark this real quick. But if we right-click on this laser lens and click in here, we're currently using yellow laser lens for the Allthemodium. So the only difference here is the Y level. And sadly, they don't really overlap. No. Regardless, we are getting some sulfur. I keep seeing this number go up somehow. As you can see, it just went to 4 to 5. So we are getting some. So in the grand scheme of things, I think we're good. In terms of actually processing this stuff, what do we have? We've got 2 of these processing sulfur. This guy over here is processing sulfur as well. Oh, geez, we really went overkill in the sulfur department. I'll tell you what. This guy, he can be replaced with sulfur ore. Oh, here's another thing. Hey, A2 team doing all the crazy updates, adding all the crazy stuff. Dragging in things from the bookmarks. Neither Neither A2 nor Refined Storage, as far as I'm aware, have this feature where you can just like drag it in from the bookmark. Instead, I've now got to find sulfur, which I know what I want. It's over there. I put it there, but I've got to go over here to grab it and drag it in. See? You know what I mean? It's a small thing, but I think maybe you might get the idea. Regardless, though, this guy should be working, and yet here we are, and he's not working. The reason for him not working is because, I mean, we don't have any sulfur in this system. In terms of the sulfur as well, and the processing, obviously we want sulfur from this, and in terms of getting sulfur, we could crushing wheel it for like 2, potentially 3. That's not a great deal. I'll let you in on a secret there. We could smelt it for just what you get. We can furnace it, multi-servo. We can pulverize the ore for 6. That's a pretty good deal. And I believe if we chuck in some of this extra stuff, we can get even more out of it. So at the moment, the pulverizer, that's sort of why I jumped right to doing the pulverizer, because it seems like the best option so far. The rest of this stuff, the induction smelter gives us a bit extra. Cool. But aside from that, that's pretty much what we have to do. So we do want to chuck it in a pulverizer. And we've got a pulverizer here. So what do? I do have a few options, or a few thoughts. If we look at this again, we go back to this pulverizer recipe. It is boostable depending on what we put under here. There's flint, there's basalt's powder. In terms of what we have flint, not much. Basalts, also none. The basalt's powder though, might be craftable. I'm not too sure. It would need a basalt shard, or it would need, I don't know. You'd have to get this, I think, from the mob. So we could farm the mob. That is an option. Probably not going to do that. Let's be real here. Flint, we have a few options, I believe, because you can craft flint using gravel. You can craft flint using all this essence stuff. You can also apparently turn blocks into flint, because apparently we just have those lying around. So I guess we actually do have a decent amount of flint. I might actually turn all of this into flint, because we don't need it in block form. We have infinite storage, so I'm just going to do all this. That should be pretty good. Over here, we're going to have to do some work. I'll obviously need to be storing sulfur ore as well as flint over here. So what we'll essentially need are 2 more barrels. Grab 2 of these guys. I think I just want to place them like here and here. At the moment, they should be empty. We're obviously going to get exporters on both. So we'll grab 2 of these creative exporters. Hopefully they craft at some point. And then we'll grab some storage buses. Bus. Here we go. 2 of these. We'll see if it'll let us. ME interface. What do we need? You know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision to go and add these recipes. It's probably too little too late at this point, but the amount of times I've had to craft that interface is ridiculous, and I'll wait for the world to load in. Alright, I've made the patterns. Storage bus, 2 of them. It's gonna let me do it. Beautiful. So we'll grab those once we get back to our place, which is obviously in a different dimension. So I can quickly jump back through. This should be pretty straightforward. I don't think we have to do much thinking here. In terms of channel connections, I think we're fine. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Obviously, we want our exporters, so we'll grab these 2. Place one here, place one here. This guy, I guess, can be the sulfur ore. See what I mean? So this is a refined storage one. I can't drag in from the bookmarks. I have to search for sulfur again. So it's like bookmarking is useless in this universe. But that guy's full now. This guy over here, I believe I want to do flint. Now this guy, what we might end up doing is giving him a crafting upgrade. I think that's a pretty smart idea. Because that'll obviously allow him to make more if needed. So I'll chuck that in there. This guy's full of flint. Realistically, we got to add a recipe for that. Because I don't think we just have a flint recipe lying around. So we'll go do that. By the way, the shaders we are using are over-imagined shaders. They're what's responsible for all the beautiful visuals you're seeing at the moment. As well as 2 other mods, Rubidium and Oculus. I'm not actually using Optifine, believe it or not. And honestly, I can't live without these mods at this point. As well as Magnesium Extras allowing me to like not have a laggy base for the most part. So what do we need? Export, do that. Flint. We needed flint crafting, which is... I'm just going to do this recipe using the gravel. That's all I'm going to do. I reckon we can... that'll keep us going. Because I'm pretty sure we can craft gravel. So I think we're fine. Like, we can auto-craft it. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. So we'll jump back in here. We'll make sure that everything is set up. So at the moment, we should, first of all, be getting sulfur. This guy should be running. Awesome. The next thing I wanted to do was see... Can we sneak some flint in? We can. So let's set this guy to be a stack. So now there's a stack of flint in here. And how much are we getting? If we go over here, these guys are both full, which means what I can do is watch this and see the sulfur. I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. I guess what we could do to check is turn off auto output. And we're getting 8. Look at that, 8. A little bit less that time. Maybe a little bit more that time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're getting a decent amount, and it's just costing us some flint. That's an easy bargain. So now we've got sulfur running. Now we should, in theory, be making everything we need. Because it should all be eventually turning into the sulfur stuff that we want. This stuff's combining it. We should be getting sulfuric acid or something. I don't know. It's hard. I'll be honest. It is hard to find the bottleneck. Especially looking at this. In the perfect world, which I'm tempted to be a part of, we would have it be a crafting recipe, right? That I could order. Because then it would tell us exactly what the issue is, and we would be able to monitor within here what step of the way is slowing down. So for example, we're waiting on a bunch of oxygen. We would know what to do. Now, I know we've done a lot of this in the past few episodes, but it is awfully tempting to turn all of these into patterns. Realistically, each of these things are doing one thing, right? This guy, apparently he's just getting water. That seems a little bit out of character. Why is he just getting water? Oh yeah, because he's transferring the stuff. Yeah. Okay. What are we thinking? I'll be honest. I really think we do it. I think it is so worth doing. Pattern provider. I think we're gonna need some of these cores. So let's actually just go in here and go a stack of you. I cannot afford you. All right. Well, we'll just do 10 then. Fine. We'll take the easy way out and we'll just use 10. So I'll grab that stuff. We're gonna grab more pattern providers. Oh, we've just got them on us, I guess. These will need of course they need crafting tables. Just when you think you have everything sorted, you need a crafting table. Alright, we're gonna grab a few of these. I'm genuinely gonna do it. For the most part, I'll show you an example with this guy here. So there's gonna be a pattern provider. We're gonna open this guy up. We're going to find the recipe for water in an electrolytic separator. So this guy here, and paste this in. So it's gonna be 0.002 equals this, right? That's the general gist. What we can do as well is we can bump these up. So it looks like, I mean, yeah, it looks like you put in one H2O and you get 2H and 1O out. I guess it makes sense. So I'm going to turn this into 2 buckets. So literally just 2 buckets worth. And that's obviously going to turn into 2 buckets of this and 1 bucket of that. And I'm going to do that for every single setup we have here, unless I get stuck, in which case I'll report back to you guys. Oh, hold on. Did I make that other recipe 1 when it's meant to be, No, I did make it 1. Perfect. Okay, yeah, nice. This is going suspiciously well. The beauty of a pattern provider as well, in comparison to the other stuff we have, is, as far as I'm aware, you don't need to use a universal pipe. That is sort of the beauty. It will push stuff up. It will literally, I mean, it'll push stuff up. I don't know what else to tell you. It'll push things up. So for example, as long as we have it able to, oh, how's this guy? He's outputting, I think, what do we need? We need fluid to insert from below. That's fine. And then did I end up setting up, I think I did. I think, yeah, that's a cable facade. So we've got a cable running in the back. So I think this guy is fine. I think he does work. This guy as well, he's going to be inputting oxygen and sulfur. So that will be 2 gas inputs from below. So I'm going to change this guy to be input output and auto eject on. And then that allows us to pick this stuff up. We obviously want to make sure that that's the same for all this stuff. So for example, we're making a gas here, I think. Auto eject is on. That's what we want. That's the main thing. And I will be back. Hopefully. Okay, for the most part, I believe we've done what we need to do. These should hopefully all be online. It's possible that something messed up, but they should be functional. Then if we go in here and close this, we should be able to craft fissile fuel. For example, I can craft 1 bucket's worth, allegedly. What I would need is more crafting CPUs. At the moment, we just have 1, which I think's in here, and it's currently, I don't even think it's doing this at the moment. So we could get rid of it, but then we'll start ordering other stuff. That's beyond the point. The point is, we can make these crafting CPUs quite easily. So if I go 256, we might even, yeah, I mean, we've got 7 of these lying around. We might as well put them to work. So we'll search crafting. We'll bookmark the crafting units. Obviously, we're going to want a few of those. Let's actually search processor and just craft like a stack of each of these. I mean, let's be honest, that's probably going to be a lot easier than any alternative on the, I don't know, on the table. We can probably, oh god, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. We can probably just wait. Okay, crafting units. Oh, what are we missing? Oh, the stuff that I've got on me, of course. We'll grab out all those, probably more than I need to. These guys, I guess we'll combine 7 like this, sure. And then the remaining 7 we will combine to make co-processing units. Easy peasy, 7 and 7. In terms of connecting these, we actually will probably want some more Fluix cables. Arguably, we would want to make sure that we can connect these all, because obviously we've got a lot going on over here. And in terms of connections, we probably don't want more in that direction. So what we might want to do here is probably connect from the front. I do have a bit of an idea here. I reckon we grab some dense cables. once again, we should probably just make them smart. That's probably a probably a smart thing to do, as some might say. So we'll grab this. While we're here, let's also grab energy. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button there. We'll grab an energy acceptor. So we're gonna have to craft some stuff for this, but it'll be fine. And then we'll grab an energy cell, and that should allow us to craft or to power this system from not just touching the controller, right? Does that maybe make sense? So for example, I should be able to break this, run this dense cable over here, and then for example, do the energy acceptor and like the, I don't know, the energy cell next to it, or vice versa. Vice versa? Vice versa. Place this guy here, that should be good. The end gate can then go on this. So at the moment, as you can see, the controller's offline. Put power on this. Hopefully, controller online. Yeah, controller online. How cool is that? So now, we've obviously got access to this chain here, which means, if I go back to cable, we don't really have many, do we? We'll probably just grab more of these, since it's, I don't know, just kind of the easier thing to do. Oh, if it'll let me. Yep, beautiful. Sure, we'll grab 8. And I'm just going to run this cable, I guess in this direction, much like we've got this other cable. So, I'm thinking I do... Here's what I'm thinking. We do this, and we do this. And I sort of repeat that, but with just a cable in between. So we can probably do a little bit of this. And, I mean, this should be pretty good. I'm pretty confident with what we've done. What's that? Crafting storage, crafting storage. Perfect. Okay, so connecting off of this guy, we've obviously got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different connections. Good to go. Look, genuinely, just good to go. So now we can craft a lot more things if we need to. So I can order a bucket of this stuff, and we should get a bucket of this stuff. Now, in terms of, I guess, I don't know, processing the whole thing, some things I've left to run non-stop. That's sort of just like the sulfur and the uranium, right? Because we need this stuff in bulk. So that's sort of why we're doing that. In terms of everything else, it's sort of on a to-order basis. Now, at the moment, that's obviously, I don't know, what would you say? Not the greatest, I guess? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because, like, right now, I guess I can open this up and click in here, and we can see what the bottleneck is. So, at the moment, hydrofluoric acid, yeah, hydrofluoric acid is currently the issue. We've got all this stuff, but we don't have any hydrofluoric acid. The hydrofluoric acid... I think it's crafted in here. I guess we can look it up. No, that's sulfuric acid. Hydrofluoric acid is crafted here. So the sulfuric acid isn't going in. So we need to now figure out why that's not happening. This guy's set to input only. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Gas, we need to do input and output, I think. And now this guy works? Maybe. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I attempted it again, and I mean, we just have the same thing, where it's not doing it. it's just not doing it. This recipe clearly doesn't want to work. I mean, we've got it to receive sulfuric acid. It's possible, here's what I'm thinking, that it's somehow got the wrong sulfuric acid, because there are 2 sulfuric acids, right? And they're both just cold sulfuric acid. This one, it says it's craftable, but I almost feel like it's the wrong one. You know what I mean? Like, if I drag this in, is that the same one? It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, see it. Yeah, look at this. If I try to craft a hydrofluoric acid, it goes, nope, we don't have any sulfuric acid. Whereas if I open this, you can see we've got a lot of sulfuric acid. So this recipe is clearly not working. I need to try and fix it. Alright, so to fix this, I don't really know what our option is. I mean, I can try to drag in the different sulfuric acid and see if that somehow does it. I don't think that solves the problem, but it could. It definitely could. So hydrofluoric acid, can we craft you now? No, it's still not happy. Okay, well, I'll try the other pattern again, even though I'm pretty sure I just did that. So we'll remove that. Search sulfuric again, and we'll drag in this one. There it is. Click submit again. Place this guy back in here. Alright, take 3. Okay, we can allegedly craft it now. Let's see if it actually does. Do we genuinely get the stuff? We're sort of in the same boat, aren't we? Where it's just not really doing it. I'm a little bit clueless here. I'm a little bit clueless and a little bit upset that it's not working. We can try a few things. First things first, the sulfuric acid. What is it? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that it's not a fluid, especially since fluid's not here. It might be a slurry. That's sort of what I'm a little bit scared that it is. But I think it's a gas. I'm pretty sure it's a gas. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a gas. Which means what I might be able to do, maybe, is grab a chemical tank, an empty chemical tank, arguably, you know, grab an ultimate, why not, and place this guy here. Does he get sulfuric acid slapped in him if I have him insert on every single side? The answer is not yet. I can try something. We can grab one of these guys, a gauge dropper, a gauge dropper or whatever, and I can click in here to pick up the stuff that's in it. Maybe that does literally anything. Maybe. Let's give this a shot. Once again, hydrofluoric acid. Is it going to craft it? I mean, it's putting nothing in there. It's doing nothing at all. I don't know why. I'm clueless. I don't know why, like, it just doesn't, man. I mean, listen, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure I'll read the comments and, like, be facepalming like crazy, but I'm doing some good, heavy thinking here. And I just can't seem to put the pieces together. Yeah, I'm really just, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Because it should be input from below, whether it's outputting or not. That should be able to insert the fluid, or the gas, sorry. You know what? I don't think any of them are working. Any of the crafting ones, like, it's not putting anything in here to make even more sulfuric acid. So it's not a sulfuric acid problem. It's allegedly this system problem. The stuff is in here. Oh, you know what? I'm just thinking, like, did we somehow accidentally set it up to be like, what do you call it? Like, insert only or something, you know what I mean? Like, something weird like that. I don't think we did. Oh, hold on. I think I know what the issue was, / is. Hold on. If, no, oh, yeah. I think I actually do know. I think I know what the issue is. And it's probably the same for, like, these machines over here. If I empty this, right? So this guy's empty. And I take out this water vapor, then this guy's empty, right? The issue is it can't... If this guy's full of fluorite, he can't put another piece of fluorite in there. So he can't put the recipe in. That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. So then we just need to grab all this stuff out. See? It crafted the sulfur trioxide. That let this system run, which should let the entire system run. Okay. We're good. So it was a little bit of a dumb on our behalf. So I think we're good. Let's grab out some of that. Sure. This stuff... Sure, we'll just dump it in the system. It doesn't say it. Listen, it doesn't say it's radioactive, so I think we're good. Everything else, yeah, I think we're good. One issue here is it didn't make what we want, right? Obviously, I want hydrofluoric acid. It is a 100 to 1000 ratio, which means that the recipe that we currently have, being this pattern here, is off. Produces one hydrofluoric acid with one... What are we doing here? So, if I put 100 in, we're going to get 1000 out, it reckons? So it reckons... Oh, I did the wrong thing. Can we drag that in? No. Hold on. Oh, bear with me. Come on, sulfuric acid. Yeah, 0.1. So all this is set as it should be. But I'm pretty sure we just chucked that in there, and we didn't really get what we wanted. So we'll empty that. Everything's empty. Let's go in here. Hydrofluoric acid. I want to order one. See, it puts in the fluorite, and we get a little bit of this bar. I'm pretty sure we need a lot more sulfuric acid than we have. What I'm going to try is to up this to be 1 bucket to 1 bucket. I have a feeling as though the recipe's wrong. I'm going to up this to just be 1. Oh, if it'll let me. So just 1. So it's an actual 1-to-1. You can see the recipe in the pattern changed. So we'll chuck this back in there. Nothing going on there. Make sure that we've gotten rid of all these bonus ones, I guess. Open this guy up. Hydrofluoric acid. Craft 1 bucket's worth. It did it. Oh, we got 5 millibuckets left over for whatever reason. But we have the, or at least we did have the hydrofluoric acid, I believe. I'm pretty sure it genuinely crafted it. But I'm now realizing I can't really confirm nor deny because I don't know where it's going. Where is it going? Okay, so it's in here, hydrofluoric acid. And then the issue is, okay, I've gotcha. The issue is we have nowhere for the hydrofluoric acid to be stored. Not because any of them are full, but because I just don't think we've added a filter for it. So we'll grab this. We'll open up this guy, chuck him in. Search hydrofluoric acid. This guy here, drag him in like so. And he should be good to go. Is he in there? Yep, he's in there. So now when I chuck this guy back in there, he should now store the stuff. And we should be good. Yep, 2 hydrofluoric acid. How cool is that? Now let's give this a shot. 1 fissile fuel, please. And we have 1 fissile fuel. Yes! Yes! Okay, so what does this mean for us? Well, it means a number of things. The first thing it means is we probably don't want this cable. I'm going to be picking up this cable. This cable doesn't hold any gas, so we're good. We're not breaking our map. We're not breaking things. Next thing we'll need is going to be some sort of mechanism pipe. I imagine a pressurized tube. It moves gases. I'm going to imagine that that's going to move our toxic gas and hopefully not kill us. That's the plan. This over here wasn't really meant to happen, so I'll clean that up a little bit. In terms of where we want this polonium to go, not too sure. The reason I'm not too sure is because obviously we want it to go into like a pretty big machine, and I kind of want to chuck the machine out here somewhere, like maybe even like on that little hill. So we want to pull this stuff out and send it, but it's like, I guess where do we want to send it to? So we'll dig out an area over here. We'll do it a little bit of a path, just so I don't know, get it a little bit separate, and then we'll head in this direction. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit tedious, but it should be worth it, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So we can slap this stuff. As you can see, this stuff's going to fill up with nuclear waste. This guy's at least empty now, so if we wanted to, we could break the side of this and place a port on it. Now listen, we've done some bad things. We've done some really bad things in our time here. What if I were to, I don't know, rip apart the side of this reactor? Currently, the reactor's empty. He's got nothing in him, and he's off. I'm going to break the side of the reactor. Right here. I mean, I kind of want it to either be on the side or be centered, so I might actually just break it here and place that there. I don't think we just radioactived our whole base. I think we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. But now this can connect. Awesome. Why are there dragon sounds? It's fine. I'm sure there's no dragons. I'm sure. So we'll build this out here. Now, I've been told a number of things in regards to the way these pipes works. I thought that more ports obviously meant more suction, right? More pull power, especially if I put more pipes on. Apparently they scale with the amount of pipes you have connected, just in general. Apparently the flow rate scales. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if the illusion that you experience when you do that is just that it has a bigger buffer. Because each of these pipes, I know for a fact, stores more, right? Let's say it actually says here, one of these stores 1,000 buckets. So if I place 1,000,000 of these, we can store 1,000,000 buckets. But I don't think the pump rate changes. It might. I guess that might make sense as well. If this passively has a pump rate per block, then each of these, I guess, would have a bigger pump rate. I guess it sort of makes sense. I believe you, I think. Anyhow, this is going to go over here for now. And we're going to get a bunch of those solar neutron activators. I'm going to get... We'll see if we can get 10. What do we need? HDPE. We're actually missing one. Hey, listen. I happen to know a guy who can get his hand on 1 HDPE pellet. We've got that guy. Is that it? That might be it. Let's get back to the solar. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Of course. Solar, neutron activator. Boom, boom. Sure, we'll get 10. Well, why not? Why shouldn't we? So these are all going to slap along the side of this. Obviously, currently, we've got the stuff down here. What I'm going to want to do is bring this stuff up and like add it into that other part. So we'll place this stuff all the way up here, bring this over there, and send it into this pipeline, right? Then we can grab our 10 solar neutron activators that do not stack. Beautiful. And we'll slap these guys down. So these will go like I think you see a bit of a problem that we have. We're going to have to build a platform here because this sort of isn't going to really work the way it currently is looking. So we'll slap this stuff down. It's fine. It's fine. All is good on hot dog stand. Here we go. Place all these. I think I want to place them like this. And all in a row like this should mean that they should work. I'm going to have to configure these. To do that, we can grab a card, which I have on me, yes. And we're going to go ahead and open one of these and set the front to be an input and then every other side to be an output. So this guy should, he's not done it. Oh, for gases, sorry. Gas input, all other sides output. As you can see, he's filled up and he's processing. Beautiful. I'm going to then shift right click on this guy and then I'm going to right click on the rest of these. And as you should see, all of these will light up, spitting out their own radiation as they fill up with nuclear waste to make polonium. This thing as well, you can see in the top left, is currently draining. It should empty pretty soon. Then we'll have a bunch of polonium. What do we do with that polonium? I don't know. I don't know. We do what we want. What do we want? Good question. I reckon we go fluix. Click this and try to craft as many as it'll let me. 10. Can we run a cable up here, do you think? How difficult do you think that's going to be? Also, is this empty? It is empty. Okay. So when I break this, you can't yell at me. That's the rule. That's the rule. Listen, if it breaks, if I get radiation, no, we appear to be good. So I'm going to grab all this stuff, clean this mess up as much as I can, making sure I don't actually rip apart the things that currently have radiation in them. But this guy's now decommissioned. Cool. This guy has stuff in him. We'll have to leave him there for now, or until we empty him manually using, I don't know, fluoride or something. In terms of everything else, I mean, we're good. We've got a bunch of polonium. Now, the polonium. Yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. A few things as per usual. One is we can make a bunch of these cables, and we can try to run them up through here, is what I was sort of thinking, because we've got a cable right here. My problem is I don't know how many connections are on this one line that we have going through. The one line, I don't even know where it connects to be honest. Let's jump under. Let's go have a look. Let's follow this. Where does this go? This goes over here. Okay, so this is its own little line. So I can go cable. We can try to get our hands on a smart cable real quick. So how are we gonna do that? Smart cable, please. We need to cover the cable. That we can do. Covered, beautiful. Then we need to smart it. Yep, beautiful. And then we're gonna pick up this and place the smart cable there. So this will tell me 3 channels connected. Sure. Sure. Obviously that's not enough because we've got 10 over here. How can I converge all of these into one? I think what I remember is radiation barrels. Shift N will tell us. I think I remember reading somewhere that it doesn't decay polonium. I do recall reading that. I don't know if it's still a thing, but I recall it. And so we're going to believe that that's fact, okay? So I'm going to grab one of these radioactive waste barrels and place it right here. And then connect a bunch of these cables on the back. And as you'll see, they'll fill up with a beautiful polonium. By the way, I think when this is full, it's all almost our colors, right? We've got like the cyan blue and then like the radioactive waste orange. Or whatever it is. Pretty cool. Anyhow, this guy, obviously we want to fill up. So I can place it here. This guy's full. Look in the top left. The number is not going down. It's not decaying. We're not wasting this polonium. It's genuinely just a storage system for polonium. Awesome. Very awesome. So, what do we do from here? Well, this will allow us to grab a storage bus, which we can craft, which is awesome. So we'll craft one of those. We should be able to slap a storage bus on the side of this guy and gain access to all of its contents, hopefully. And all I'll have to do is run this cable down into the system. I don't know if we have enough. I don't know how well this will work, but it's what we're going to do. Oh, God. So we'll go here. Oh, try and place this while I'm in here. Hopefully I don't get stuck. I think we're good, but we'll see how we go. So I just want to run this guy, ideally, like this. So then if we run back over here, we should be able to see 4 out of 8. Yep, 4 out of 8 channels. We should now have polonium accessible in the system, courtesy of this guy. But we don't. Why don't we? I feel like that's a little bit weird. Polonium. What if I search polonium? No polonium showing up. I feel like that's very weird. Unless we've done something wrong over here. It is possible. What I'm thinking is that this guy can't just attach to the side of the radioactive waste barrel and it has to be the top or the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. So if we disconnect this and this and place it underneath, I think this might work. Boom. Let's have a look. Let's run back over here. And what do you reckon? Place your bets? Yeah, polonium. Awesome. How cool is that? I think that's very cool. What this means as well is something else that is arguably dangerous. Right here is what we were using to import our fissile fuel. Well, I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but we can use our pattern provider. So we can grab a pattern provider here, slap it down there, and we can put in a pattern that says, hey, you put in your fissile fuel, you get out your polonium. So we'll go, or you know, vice versa, the other way around. So fissile fuel goes in, spent nuclear waste comes out. There's all this other stuff as well. We don't need to worry about that. All we need to care about is that if you put in 1 bucket of fissile fuel, you will get 1 bucket of nuclear waste, allegedly. And I'll double check that that is correct. And we'll also try and put that nuclear waste where it's meant to be. So normal nuclear waste goes here, buckets worth. Cool. Awesome. Is that the actual ratio? Nuclear waste, 1 millibucket equals 1 millibucket. Perfect. Is it the same for this? 1 millibucket, 1 millibucket? Yep, it is. Cool. Awesome. Wonderful. We've got the pattern. So this guy can now go in here, which means if I open this guy up, we can now order nuclear waste. It's genuinely a thing we can do, which is crazy. We will need another pattern, obviously, to turn this stuff into, what do you call it? Polonium. Yeah, not plutonium. This is plutonium. We obviously want polonium. And that'll be this recipe here. This will be somewhat similar, but not. So the way this stuff works is the polonium is a 10-to-1 ratio. So what we'll do is we'll be getting 1 bucket of polonium for every 10 buckets of nuclear waste. And obviously I'll want to just do 10 on the dot. We don't want the extra stuff. We can collect that. Awesome. This guy will need a... well, actually, hold on. The real recipe would be to alter this one to create polonium, since it's going directly through that system. So realistically, this pattern here, we can clear and wipe, put that away. This pattern, we want to say, hey, put in 10 fissile fuel, get out 1 polonium. I believe that's what we want to do. And that should do the trick. Awesome. So now we chuck this in here. Wonderful. This guy, we can activate. He's good. He's on. He's powered. And then we give it a shot. Now, obviously, we are limited to a certain extent by this capacity at the moment, the storage of this waste barrel. It can store a lot. It can store a lot. So if we wanted to, for example, again, I should be able to open this guy up, click on here, and try to order 100 buckets, right? And it'll say, sure, let's do it. And then I click that, and then it happens. And then it just starts creating. We start creating everything we want, and then this guy starts receiving the stuff. Maybe. Oh, he might actually be waiting until he has all the stuff crafted. That could be an issue. Oh no, it looks like he is chucking it. The second he gets it, he throws it in. He's like, yeah, take it. Yeah, fissile fuel. Oh, is he? No, I think we're... it's honestly hard to tell. I genuinely can't tell whether he's processing this stuff or not. Obviously nothing over here is... I don't know. Is it? Hold on. I think so, because that's... Well, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it's waiting until it gets 10 buckets, right? Yeah, and then look, it turns on, runs, turns off. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now, we've got a system that can run. So, we can already see the bottleneck. The bottleneck at the moment is we're not making the fuel fast enough. Pretty good bottleneck, right? Then we can open this guy up, click on the hammer, click on this pattern. What are we waiting on? Currently, I think it's still hydrofluoric acid. It could be, no, uranium, actually no, hydrofluoric acid we have a lot. We've got like 30 buckets worth, right? This uranium hexafluoride we don't have much of. So if we go over to where we make that, which is this stuff here, we don't have enough power. He can't keep it running. So let's grab one of these ender gates, take off this guy, and give him a little bit more juice, and see if that's, yeah, look at that. Now we've unlocked a new bottleneck, because now that's not the problem. Now if we click in here, we've got some more mess. So we've got hydrofluoric acid. We don't have uranium hexafluoride because we don't have the ingredients for it. And the ingredients for it, well, actually, we do have the ingredients. So the issue is still just the rate at which it inputs, which means I just need to alter this recipe. So let me take this stuff out. We'll just quickly alter it. So I'll chuck this in here. And I'm just gonna, I'll tell you what, we'll add a 0 to everything. So this will be 20, and this will be, oh God, this will be 10, and the other one will be 10. And that seems like a pretty good deal, right? So now this will chuck in a lot. I don't know if we can get away with putting that much in here. We're gonna find out. Boom. Do I have to like restart the system? I might have to. How much can go in here? I really don't know. Hold on. Let's go in here. Let's cancel this. Sorry. We'll open this up again. Can we get 100 buckets again? Let's order that. How are you doing this time? Yeah, so he can receive 10 buckets at once? Yeah, awesome. Cool. So then what's the issue? This guy? Almost. In fact, I think arguably yes, this guy. So I think again, we'll slap on a better ender gate. We'll get this guy some real power going. Oh, he's actually already got a good ender gate on him. We'll slap on this side, because I think we can, or maybe we can't. We can slap on this side. Beautiful. He's now fully powered. He's obviously running full force. We genuinely just need more of these. More actual fuel being generated. And in terms of that as well, this guy, yeah, he burns through the stuff so quickly. Alright, so, if I order another one of these, in terms of expanding here, it should be easy. Now, one main issue we have, which you might have noticed a few times now, is we built underneath a piece of sand, and it just keeps caving in. And it is annoying. It is very annoying. I don't know, I can't think of a solution at the moment, apart from just digging it. So sadly, that's what we're doing. We're just digging it. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So in terms of expansion over here, we grab the expansion with the patterns, not as easy as originally I thought. Because now how do I do multiple? Because I don't think it'll send it to multiple ones with the same pattern, will it? Look, listen. Listen. I don't think it will. Let's grab the configuration on this and do it on this. In terms of the pattern, I'm gonna grab out. I'm gonna 1 bucket fissile fuel. Yeah, we can do that. Let's search fissile. 1 bucket of this turns into no, 1 bucket creates from this. So you'll do 1 bucket. Yep, cool. 1 bucket. Once again, I don't think this will work, but I kind of want to see if somehow they'll share the same recipe. Like, will it? Oh, dude, hey, listen. Applied Energistics. They just bring out the big guns. Like, oh man, I'm speechless. I am speechless that it had the audacity to. That's so good. That is phenomenal. That's genuinely phenomenal. Oh my god. That is, listen, that is so good. Oh my god. That means we can do expandability with like actual crafting recipes because we're not, oh, that's so good. That's genuinely so good. Wow. I'm hoping you guys see that for like, I guess the level of awesome I see that as, because that is incredible. We'll need our upgrades, so we'll grab that stuff out. Wow. I genuinely didn't think that would happen. I hoped it would happen, but I really didn't think it would. Wow. I'm mind blown. Cool. Yeah, cool. And so this is just working. We've just doubled our production. And we didn't have to, oh my god. We didn't have to like mess around with it, which is the exact same pattern, chuck it in, and it's good to go. So what we have going on now is we have more fissile fuel than we need. Like more than we can process at once, I believe. And we have more waste than we can process. So all of these machines, oh, they're actually empty. Huh? Do I need to, what's going on? Oh, I need to configure this guy. We need to turn this, listen, if I wrench that, I think we leak a bunch of radiation. So you want to be very careful at the moment. Set it to configurate mode. You can see in the bottom left, configurate energy. I'm going to shift right click and make it output waste. And as you can see now, we've got our dual stream colors. We've got our orange and our blue. And then we've got all this nuclear waste being produced. As you can see, lots of radiation particles, but no leak. Oh, actually, I thought the number went up, but I think I might have just got closer to like the epicenter. You know what I mean? Like where our hazard was. But yeah, look, All this stuff's empty? How cool is that? Oh! Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's a fair amount of steam. I think. The steam still scares me, man. The steam scares me a lot. I think we're good. I think that's just how much we're burning at once. I'm pretty sure we're good. I'm pretty confident in our steam production and whatnot. So yeah, awesome. Genuinely. Is there any issues? No, there's no issues. Which is good. The only issue would obviously be the storage for this, but we only ordered 100,000, so once we have that 100,000, he's done. Or actually, we did 100 buckets. How much more do you have left? What are you crafting at the moment? Crafting, yeah, let's cancel you. I think you're crafting a lot more than we potentially planned. Oh, that's awesome. I'm genuinely so happy. Oh, can't store. We had this left over, and we can't store. We've got nowhere to put it. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely an issue. We can't store it because we just weren't previously. So I'm gonna have to grab another chemical storage, which means I need another 256. That's fine. He'll craft in no time, hopefully. This is awesome. Genuinely, I know we did another episode of pretty much the same thing we've been doing for the past like 3 episodes, but wow, I'm really happy with this. This was a really fun experience. Messing around with AE2 like this, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, very, very impressed with just everything I've seen so far. All the little features that like you just don't think that they would have thought of it, and they did. You know what I mean? Oh, it's so nice to just have. So this guy here, he's going to be storing the uranium hexafluoride. I think that's what it is. So we'll grab that guy, sure, and then we'll chuck this stuff in here. I don't think that stuff's radioactive, so he'll just store it. This guy is now happy, I think. Yep, he's no longer got like some leftover stuff lying around. That's awesome. That's genuinely really cool. In terms of everything else, I think we're pretty good. The only issue we might run into would be storage, like in this system here. But even then, I think we're just good. Arguably, we would want to keep some of this stuff separate. But once again, I think we're fine. I'm just trying to think, what do we want to do at this point? I mean, the next thing is the SPS to make ourselves some antimatter. And then we could once again change the recipe again so that we can actually just order direct antimatter. We can have it create the perfect amount. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I'm really happy. I'll tell you what. We might be able to set up the SPS this episode. How does that sound? We might be pushing it. I will be the first to admit. Let's also grab some fluorite. I think we want fluorite dust, right? What I was gonna get at the moment is I think I'll try to set up this guy. He might need polonium. I'm not sure. I guess I could just simply look that up. SPS, so casing and port. Yeah, this stuff needs. Oh, and we need plutonium. Ugh. Oh, it's disgusting. I don't want to do this. Ah. But we have to. We have to. Alright. Okay. How do we want to do this? I really don't want to. You know what we have to do? We have to store the nuclear waste. We have to store the nuclear waste in the AE2 system, at least as a middleman. We can't go directly to polonium, because then what it'll let us do is it'll let us choose whether we want plutonium or polonium, and we can even just use these same exact isotopic doohickeys. Okay. So we can make this work. Let's go ahead and let's fix these patterns. So this guy, he will go back to what he was before. So this will be fissile fuel. And we can just do 1-to-1. So we'll do nuclear waste. Let's go ahead and bookmark this guy. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and chuck this guy in here. So what that'll mean is it'll mean up here where we have this guy, we will no longer have this guy. So I'm going to pick him up. There shouldn't be any nuclear waste. All this stuff's empty. We had a look. Oh, you actually do have nuclear waste. It's a little bit scary, but you know, as long as the pipes are empty, that's the main thing. Up here, we are going to have... Could we do a storage bus on this? Look, I don't think we can, but we might be able to. It'd be sketchy, to say the least. let's give it a shot. Let's grab another Fluix if we have any lying around. And yeah, try that out. Alright, so this guy goes here. This guy's hooked up. I don't know. I don't know what that does. Okay, so in here, I mean, it shows that we've got water. If I order a nuclear waste, 1 bucket's worth, it chucks it in the system, and we have a 1 bucket worth of nuclear waste in the system. And then, you ready? In here, yeah, awesome. Okay, nice. So our reactor is currently working as a tank. So now what that means is what we can do, I believe, filter on extract. Oh, I kind of only want to filter on extract. I guess we can filter on insert and extract, and we can do nuclear waste. And we can drag that here. So it will only extract nuclear waste, I believe. That's what it'll do now. Awesome. So where do we go from here? Well, we grab this. We break this, sorry. Hopefully it breaks. Awesome. We grab a pattern provider. Yep, awesome. That should be doable, of course. Yep, go to craft stuff. We always go to craft stuff. Here we go. So this guy will go here. Wonderful. Oh, and he connects, and it's beautiful. We'll set this guy to extract. Oh yeah, well, listen. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love what we're seeing at the moment. So the next thing is nuclear waste into polonium. So this recipe here, same thing as before. So it's going to be 10 buckets of nuclear waste into 1 bucket of polonium. Pretty simple stuff. So we'll run up here, chuck this thing in, and you know what we need to do? We need to give it a test. So at the moment, we'll run back down here. The main thing is we have 1 bucket of nuclear waste, right? I essentially want to use all that up. So I'm going to order this. It's going to have to craft 9 more nuclear waste, but then we should have this go up by, I guess, a bucket. It should go up to 185, or 186 almost, assuming, of course, that it's daytime. Now, it's currently is daytime, which means these guys should be running, which means the stuff should go in here. Currently doesn't really look like it has, which is concerning. I think it might have, yeah, it doesn't look like it's gone in. The other issue is there's these 2 millibuckets lying around in here, and they do concern me. I also don't know if it actually can extract into this guy. What we might have to do, which it's going to be a little bit finicky, a little bit, we might have to do a toxic waste barrel as a little bit of a middleman. Now, this guy will decay. Toxic... How do I get this guy? Radioactive. Yeah, here we go. This guy will decay, but my thought process here is if he's fast enough at extracting, which he should be, unless we do some really big recipes, it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't being the key word. So what I'll do is this guy, he can still pretty much connect there. Oh god, we want to watch out what we're doing. This guy should still be empty. Yep, he's empty. I'm going to want to bring this guy up to... Oh, wrong thing, of course. Alright, so this guy here, I want to disconnect, like so. And then I want to place the barrel here and hope that this works. And this guy I want to extract. That's the idea. That's the idea. So we'll give this a shot. we'll see what it does. Once again, not too sure what's going to happen. This guy's not... I don't know. Something didn't really happen here, but we'll cancel both of these. Right? Open this up. We've got 10. So I should be able to order a polonium. Hey, it worked. We got 1 full bucket back. How cool is that? It genuinely worked. Now, this is still left in here. It's clearly not happy about something. Maybe like a few millibuckets didn't make it. Like, what do we have? We have 738 as the millibuckets, right? 738. So I've ordered more. It should be 6.738. Let's see. Come on. 738. We've got to wait for the fuel to burn and stuff. It should be happening. There's no real reason for it not to be. But it's taken a little while. But it's fine. It's fine. I think. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll just remember 738, okay? And we'll continue on with our day. And by our day, I mean, we'll look around and see what's going on. Okay, so we've got the nuclear waste here. I think just this guy, he hasn't, like, refreshed, you know what I mean? He hasn't caught up. He should just do the thing regardless. That's sort of what should be happening. And I don't think he is. Yeah, I'll be honest. Once again, I don't really know why it's deciding not to work this time. It crafted some of it, but now it doesn't want to craft more of it. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is, like where it's bottlenecking, whether it's the filter I've set up or something, but 738, if I order one, it goes up 738, but for some reason this pattern still remains here as if it's still waiting for it to come back, but we've got it. We have access. We've collected it. We have it. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. Let me know if you happen to know what's going on there, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we're good, so I don't really know why it's upset. Anyhow, that is pretty good. The next thing we want to do is add the recipes for the plutonium. So this should actually be relatively easy. It's just going to be this recipe here. It looks like it's the same thing, so it's going to be 10 to 1. Looks like that same ratio. But this guy, of course, will instead be in here, like so. So now, if I go plutonium, in this guy, plutonium, here he is. We can order him, allegedly. In here, we have polonium stored there, allegedly. I might go ahead and change this to instead store plutonium. So we'll see what this does. So I'll chuck it back in here. And we'll go ahead and order a bucket of plutonium. It's gonna, yeah, bucket of plutonium. Let's see what we get. And then while we're at it, we'll get this recipe as well. So this is going to use fluorite dust, water, plutonium, spent nuclear waste, and plutonium pellet is going to be like the production. Plutonium, yeah, that should all be good. We'll obviously need a pattern in there. Still hasn't made the plutonium, so like we've clearly, something's still not happy with our production. I'm sure there's something, right? There's typically something, it's just a matter of what that is and spending the time finding it, which I'll probably do, or I'll try to do off camera, or I'll see if you guys have the solution. So this plutonium we're making, plutonium pellet specifically, is in a PRC with water. Our pressurized reaction chambers are these guys here. This guy has nothing in him. He's a perfect candidate. That allows us to put in this recipe, which will put in, you know, its own water, its own production, and do all that stuff. Awesome. We do have more PRCs. This guy already has water, but he's constantly running, so we can't really make use of him. And the rest aren't really PRCs. So, awesome. This guy's going to be our little guinea pig, I guess. Most of this stuff should be set up already, like the inputs, outputs, everything should be facing down. We should be good. It should be ready to go. Now, we will be dealing with nuclear waste. We do have storage here for nuclear waste. The other thing we'll want to do is set up this guy to dispose of our nuclear waste. Now, to do that, we're going to get an export bus from the right mod, from Applied Energistics. So we'll craft the piston. Awesome. Craft this guy. He's going to go here. Actually, he can't go there. Oh, sorry. I thought I did the same thing. Like, I thought I broke the, oh my, that scared the life out of me. I thought I just somehow, like, leaked the radiation again. I was like, no. Like, it's not the end of the world, especially now that we've got our lead protection, but I thought I'd learned nothing. Why was there an export bus here? I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, we want the export bus, I guess, to be under. Connect the cable there, and have this guy do spent nuclear waste. Does this guy have, what does he have in him? Yeah, spent nuclear waste. So all of the extra nuclear waste should go in there. That should be no problem. That should be easy peasy. This guy, by the way, I kind of want to empty him so that we can move him. So let's grab the fluorite dust that I'd made earlier and chuck this stuff in here. This should drain the perfect amount. So this guy should be emptying. Yep, he's completely empty, or at least he will be in a second. This guy should stop. He's currently irradiating stuff. He should now not be. And then this guy is pretty much on his way. All of the spent stuff going in here. Looking good so far. He's empty. Polonium pellets. In terms of the particles, if we just like wait here and watch, as you can potentially see, they're nowhere. If anywhere, they're coming out of this guy. Now, there are still passive radiation, as you can see in the sky. But in terms of this guy, he has no radiation in him. I can pick him up. He's picked up. Our radiation didn't go up. This guy here, no radiation. I can pick him up. Our radiation doesn't go up. Okay, are we good? We good? We happy? I think we're happy. This guy I cannot pick up. If I pick him up, end of the world. Literally a nuclear warhead essentially goes off. Cool. Awesome. Great to know. So, this guy's going to store all of our nuclear waste. As you can see in the top left, it slowly decays, so it does get rid of the stuff. Over here, I think we're just good. The one thing I'm still not sure about is, like just then we ordered plutonium. And it's like, where is it? We're crafting nuclear waste. The nuclear waste is created. It's in there. To be honest, I think part of the issue is this storage bus. I think he's struggling a bit. I don't think this is the play. Input-output mode. I kind of want it to be extract only. That sort of is what makes sense. I don't know if that changes anything. We can remove that. That might do something for us. Otherwise, we just store the stuff. Now, nuclear waste, I believe, will decay in toxic barrels, so you do want to, be careful with what you're doing with it. We can store nuclear waste in here. Once again, though, only 256 bytes. I'm not sure how much that is, but I'll tell you what. There is one way to find out, and it's by replacing this with an export bus. So I'm going to pick up this guy, our storage bus, and replace it with an export bus. Nope, I want it to be an import bus. That makes more sense. Import bus. We actually do have one. Awesome. ME import bus. Slap him there. And I believe that should work. As you can see, he doesn't move much at once. So we're going to go ahead and put in some acceleration cards. And now, as you can see, he's empty, which means the stuff's in our system, which means I think we might be good. Now, in terms of our system, he's not in here. So he's already gone on his way, and we now have plutonium. Awesome. The plutonium, I don't know where it's being stored. Right? Plutonium. Oh, this guy's empty. This guy contains plutonium, but he's not using any bytes. Interesting. Let's go ahead and up that to 10. So we'll up that to 11, I guess. But we're going to order 10. And we'll see if we can produce it, if it'll actually generate the stuff, as opposed to what has been happening where we haven't really been getting it. So we'll order that. We'll see what we get. Okay, so it is working. We're getting some. Can we see that relayed in here? Did we get a single byte used? Let's see. There's still obviously a little bit more to go. This stuff's doing pretty good. Once again, with most of this stuff here, I imagine we probably want to go ahead and what am I going to say? Have the recipes use more, right? Like produce more at once. At the moment, what's it saying the bottleneck is? The bottleneck. Not sure. Not sure. It happened a little bit too fast. But regardless, we have 11 now. And yeah, now we've used up a byte. So I think a byte is like about 8 of these. So we can actually store a lot. Not a crazy amount, but we can store enough. In terms of the plutonium pellets, we can almost order them. The one remaining piece that we still need is this fluorite dust. And that's sort of like an ongoing requirement. We do have some on us that I can chuck in here just to, I guess, order the stuff. Why not? Let's go ahead and order 10. We have 10 available. Let's let's order 11. Why not? I'm feeling it. So we can order 11, and these should get crafted in here. They look like they're being crafted. The nuclear waste, it's disappearing, because obviously it is going in here, which we can see in the top left. I don't know if that's where it should be going at least. I think it's done crafting. I think that's why it's not showing anymore. But yeah, I mean, we've done it. So the plutonium is obviously used in the SPS casing. We need a lot of this. We need a lot of polonium. That's long story short. We need a lot of pretty much everything there. So while we're here, to be honest, let's go ahead and get the actual polonium recipe as well, just so that we can order this stuff. I think we'll do the same thing, the exact same recipe, and chuck it in the exact same PRC, because why not? I guess ain't broke, don't fix it. Few things we might need to do in the future: increase the storage of this guy, so like make more of them or something. Another thing we might need to do is what? What is the other thing we need to do? To be honest, not sure. I think we're kind of just good. What I will say, the fluorite dust. We will need a lot more fluorite dust, which makes me want to go ahead and craft like 10,000 of this. It's going to take a long time, but there's going to be a long time between this episode and the next episode. I'd say a long time. It'll be the same amount as usual, but genuinely, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for helping me out in the comments and giving all the tips and stuff and the helpful comments. I now know that apparently we get the green hearts. Those are the ones we need at the moment for our heart amulet to like bump our hearts up a bunch. We get those from allegedly the Ender Dragon and the Guardian. So we might farm Ender Dragons, maybe? Guardian. We'll have to see what we do there, but we'll try and farm that stuff because I would like to get them. Realistically, we only have to kill what, like 8 dragons. I mean, that is incredibly tedious, but it might be worth it. It might be worth doing, so we might do that. In terms of everything else, I'm just reading through the comments again just to make sure. There was a cool idea with the waste to have this automatically be let out in like the compact dimension, or like let's say if I travel 1 billion meters in that direction, we could set up a system where our waste goes into the barrel, and then we have a system breaking the barrel and placing it. So we essentially just drop it into the world, as opposed to like slowly let it dissipate into the world. Instead, we just ruin the environment, which it does sound fun, but it also sounds a little bit cheatsy. You know what I mean? And it also sounds a little bit risky because I have a feeling that like there'll be one update where they go, oh, by the way, now it like spreads. You know what I mean? Or like somehow it'll get back to you. So I probably don't want to do that. It's probably a bad habit regardless. Yeah. And then a few other things about like the hearts and stuff. But yeah, I think we're good. There was a thing to do with the liquid ethylene that we were messing around with. I don't know if we ended up fixing that. Regardless, there is a fix if needed, but I think we're fine at the moment. The fix is just to sort of use both patterns. Like we can create 2 patterns. It was a byproduct issue, but I no longer remember which guy that was with. I know it was with one of them. I can't really think of which one. No, I don't know. It was something. But yeah. Oh man, very impressed with AE2, especially the ability to use multiple patterns to do the same thing. Like that's so cool. I really like that. The fact that like realistically, right, we can have different smelters from different like just all around the map. Like I could have a smelter here hooked up with the same furnace recipe. I could have a smelter over there. I could have a smelter in another dimension, and it'll just use them. Like it doesn't care. It'll put like a stack of cobble in this one and a stack of cobble in that one. It'll fill this guy up with fissile fuel. It will fill this guy up with fissile fuel. That's awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support on the channel. Thank you to everyone who's been subscribed and been liking the videos and stuff. It's been helping our channel grow like crazy, so I'm genuinely incredibly thankful. Hopefully you guys are still having fun watching. I'm somehow having more fun than ever, which is pretty ridiculous. Because like the thing I think I'm most happy about at the moment is the fact that like I normally don't like doing this. Like this is it's so tedious doing the same thing like for the 5th time. But I genuinely feel like I'm doing something completely new, and it's like the best way to do it as well. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'll want to do it any other way in the future because it's so good just having everything almost like on the tap. You know what I mean? I can order it. It's on demand. It's good to go. As you might be able to tell, my voice is getting a little bit raspy, so I do need to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.